Well, I was wrong, but Dale Earnhardt Jr. seems to be out of NBC, and he is going to join Amazon and Warner Brothers Discovery Sports, also known as TNT, in 2025. Yes, Dale Earnhardt Jr. just a few weeks ago told the world that he did not have a contract set up with NBC for the future, said he wanted to stay at NBC, said he wanted to get a deal done, but ultimately it looks like no deal has been made and that he is leaving to go elsewhere. Here's what the report says. Nothing official yet, but here is what the report says. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is leaving NBC and heading to racing newcomers Amazon Prime Video and Warner Brothers Discovery Sports, sources briefed on his decision told The Athletic. Earnhardt is expected to take this season off and then resume his broadcasting career in 2025 when Warner Brothers Discovery Sports and Amazon begin their coverage. The move figures to give Warner Brothers Discovery Sports and Amazon instant credibility when they start their series. Each will have 5 races a season. Warner Brothers Discovery Sports races will be broadcast on TNT, streamed on Max, and have a Bleacher Report component. NASCAR complements Warner Brothers Discovery Sports' robust NBA, NCAA tournament, MLB, and NHL programming schedule. Amazon Prime Video subscription service already features exclusive NFL games on Thursday nights and is a leading contender to add the NBA when the league decides its partners in its upcoming negotiations. Earnhardt informed NBC of his decision last week, according to sources familiar with the conversations. While Earnhardt is expected to take the year off, he does own the flexibility to do another deal with one of the 2 broadcast partners, which are Fox and NBC. There are no substantial talks at this point with either. So Dale Jr. seems to be out of NBC. Not that he was fired or anything. I keep saying out like he was kicked out, but he is leaving NBC to join the 2 new broadcast partners. Of course, there was that report last week that he was talking to Amazon or that Amazon was pursuing him. Well, it turns out both Amazon and Warner Brothers were pursuing him, and they both won the Dale Jr. sweepstakes. So it seems that Dale Jr., this is going to be a lighter schedule for him. It's going to be 10 races versus, usually they get the second half of the year at NBC, but next year it will be 14 races. So he's going to be doing 10 instead of 14. He's going to be doing it for 2 different broadcast partners. So I'm curious to see how that works as well, to see the differences, TNT's approach versus Amazon's approach, and also to see who they put in the booth with him. I've said Alan Bestwick. I would love to see Alan Bestwick back in NASCAR. I loved him at ESPN. I know he calls college basketball now, I want to say. But I'd love to see him come back. As for crew chiefs, you could go get a crew chief. I don't know who. I can't think of anyone off the top of my head. But what will they do at NBC now? I'm curious if they just keep a 3-man booth with Letarte, Burton, and Rick Allen, or if they go and they do pursue someone to fill that 4th spot. And then as for Dale Jr. the rest of this year, I don't know what he's going to do. It said in here that he has the flexibility. He has the option to theoretically do something for this 1 year with either Fox or NBC. I don't think he'd do anything with Fox in terms of the Cup Series side because that booth is full with Mike Joy, Clinton Boyer, and Kevin Harvick, maybe as a guest analyst for, a couple laps for a stage or something. But NBC, obviously, we know they've got room for him because, he's done that for quite a while. But, man, I can't believe NBC let him go. If his asking price was too big or something, I don't know. If he just straight up didn't want to do how much NBC was doing in terms of the races, I don't know. But I'm a little surprised that Dale Jr. actually left NBC. I thought they'd get something done, but turns out they did not get something done. And Dale Jr. is going to the 2 new streaming services, or the 2 new broadcast services. Only one of them is fully streaming, but yeah. It's a big pickup for Amazon and Warner Brothers because, as it said, it said something about credibility right away, and that's for sure what you get. Dale Earnhardt Jr., one of the biggest names still in NASCAR, if not the biggest, and getting him is a big-time credibility check. It's a big-time name to pick up, and he's pretty solid at this broadcasting thing, so it's a big deal for him. It's a great start to their NASCAR career, or in TNT's case, a great rebirth to their NASCAR career. So we'll see what ends up happening there, seeing when it's official, what if there's a contract. There's no official contract word yet on how much or all that stuff. But in other news about Dale Jr., the Xfinity team he owns, Junior Motorsports, Bubba Pollard will drive the number 88 at Richmond. The number 88 has kind of been like their extra car. We've seen Dale Jr., speaking of, drive it a couple of times, and then, they throw some random drivers in there every once in a while, and Bubba Pollard is next in line. Really good short track racer. I've heard that name a lot. I can't say I've seen him race a lot, but I know that's a big name in the short track racing world. He's had a lot of success, a lot of wins, so that's a big deal for him, and it's at a short track, Richmond. So I'm very curious to see how he does. Remember, Josh Berry, he was a big short track guy, comes up to the Xfinity Series for a one-off, and I think he won in his debut, and look where he is now. Josh Berry is a Cup Series driver full-time and the number 4 for Stewart-Haas Racing. So, yeah. But that's all I got for now. Tonight I'll have an announcement. So that'll be fun. If you are an F1 fan and you haven't checked out my F1 predictions video, it's my last video. Make sure to go check that out. Season just got started this morning. Had the first 2 practice sessions of the season. Tomorrow we got our first qualifying session of the season. Then Saturday, yes, Saturday, it's Saturday, will be the first race of 2024 for the Formula One season. As for NASCAR is in Las Vegas this weekend, a triple header. Friday's the truck, Saturday Xfinity, Sunday Cup Series. So it'll be a fun time. I'm looking forward to it. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments about Dale Jr. And once again, I'll see you guys in the next video.